Yep. All right. This one is probably going to be pretty easy. I don't think we need 4 minutes on it, but player of the year. Is it anybody other than Zach Edey? Can you put together a coherent argument to make that it's someone other than Zach Edey right now?
No, there isn't one. There isn't one. He's the clear player of the year.
Without question.
Yeah, like we don't even need to spend a minute on it. Zach Edey's been the best player in college basketball thus far. He's evolved. Like, that's the other thing. It's not just that he returned and he's 7'4", so he's going to dominate. I think his feel for the game's only gotten better. Him as a passer is pretty impressive. I just, you have to give him that award right now. Absolutely.
You want to know what I find so impressive about him? One,
7'5".
Well, yeah. I mean, he's that big. He's that. I think immobile is probably the way that I would phrase it. But he doesn't foul, right? Like you don't really see him get into foul trouble. Yeah. And here's the other thing that I think is really impressive. He's averaging like 31 minutes a night. This isn't a 7-footer that's coming in and playing 23, 24 minutes. You know, he's in really good shape. He played 43 minutes against Nebraska.
Yep.
43 minutes for a guy that's 7'4", 290 pounds. Like that's, we've talked to enough big guys. John Henson and Patrick Young both talked about this on After Dark. The way to, if you want to beat him, if you want to stop him, if you want to find a way, Geo Baker, who's beaten Purdue a bunch of times.
Patrick Young, not Patrick Ewing. Did you say Patrick Ewing?
Yeah, I said Patrick Young.
Oh,
did I say Patrick Ewing?
Yeah,
I might have said Patrick Ewing.
You might have. I might have just
meant Patrick Young. I meant Patrick. I know I wasn't talking about Patrick Young. Although he might, at this rate, he might end up being an analyst on the field of 68 next season.
Better be careful.
No, they both said the way to beat Purdue and the way to like take Edey out of the game is you got to run. Make him run, put him in ball screens, get him tired. That dude played 43 minutes against Nebraska. I don't think you're going to get him tired. All right. Coach of the year. Who we got? Tio, I'm going to you first on this one. National Coach of the Year as of today.
Painter. I'm staying with Purdue. He's meshing all these young players around Zach Edey, and right now there's not a team better. Right now there's not a team better than Purdue. The way he's been able to get some of those young guys in the fold and is comfortable so quick in the season, I think it goes to him.
Fanta? I would like to just say for the record that Tio got that answer wrong.
Okay.
Yeah, so this was the one last night that I was thinking about in bed. Yeah, I know. I was thinking about who the Coach of the Year was. I'm going to go outside.
Don't worry.
Hey, that's what happens.
My Coach of the Year, I think about him when I'm in bed too. I promise you.
Yeah. I'm sorry. There we go. This is a safe space. Can I go totally off the map?
Yeah.
Yes, please do it.
It's the best kind.
College of Charleston's Pat Kelsey.
I like that one.
Gets a vote from me. They have had a terrific season. They have a win over Mike Young's Virginia Tech Hokies, winning the Charleston Classic for the first time ever. Guys, there's a legitimate case for them to get an at-large. Like, that's how good they've been. If you take a look at where they stand right now, they were the second team out of the AP poll as well last week. They could end up being ranked. Their guard play between Rain Smith and others has been really good. They've got a bunch of different guard options, and they spread the ball. They can shoot the three. I really like the way that they've played. They've got a kid named Ante Brzovic, who's been a nice role player for them as well. They're incredibly efficient. And guys, Pat Kelsey has had an interesting career arc. I don't know how much longer he's going to be the head coach at College of Charleston, because I think he's a really good coach and he's got that community going. Like, he's really got that community reinvigorated with everything that they're doing down there. They're a team to watch.
They got the NIL flowing.
They got the NIL flowing, guys. Like, there's a really good case for Pat Kelsey here. And if he doesn't get the biggest award, he's going to get some recognition if College of Charleston keeps this up. So I go down with the Cougars, and they're a team to watch. They're a mid-major that if they make the CAA final and do what they're supposed to, guys, that they could end up still getting consideration for an at-large bid.
Yep. If you want to know why Fanta is so, hold on. If you want to know why Fanta is such a popular personality on television broadcast right now, is because he goes down with the Cougars. Go ahead, T.O.
He's down with the Cougars. I'm down with the Cougars as well. But let's put it this way. That game with the CAA is pretty top heavy. I don't think I'm crazy in stating as much, but that game between Towson and College of Charleston is going to be an electric factory. It's what is it on New Year's Eve? I was talking to Pat Scarry, and he was like, "Man, I got that game at home during winter break." He goes, "I got to go back down to Charleston in March, and it's just going to be a nut house." I was like, "Yeah." No, excuse me. And February 23rd, Towson goes down to Charleston. Those two games could very well determine a regular season champion
for sure. And by the way, Dalton Bolin and Ryan Larson are the other guards that I didn't mention yet, but a lot of guard play. And it'll be interesting to see how Towson defensively handles Charleston's guard play, how that ends up working out. I'll tell you what, Pat Scarry's done a great job down at Towson between Nick Timberlake and company. Cam
Holden, I was about to guess Cam Holden could be that other guy that averaged like 15, 6 and 6 or whatever. His numbers are insane too.
Charles Thompson as well. So no, that'll be a great matchup. That will be a really good matchup.
Charleston right now has wins over Chattanooga, Richmond, Davidson, Colorado State, Virginia Tech, Kent State, who's top 75 on KenPom right now, and Old Dominion. All of those wins came at home. The smartest thing that Pat Kelsey ever did was go to a place where they host their own MTE that will bring in a whole bunch of big brands like that. So good for him. But I just want to say that so far in this discussion, nobody has named Dan Hurley. And nothing has ever been more evident to me of the anti-UConn bias on the field of 68 because I am a UConn fan than right now. We made it all the way through this conversation.
I gave him love at the beginning of the show.
Dan Hurley's not even mentioned for National Coach of the Year.
He should be.
And definitive anti-UConn bias on the field of 68 Media Network pushing back against me just because I happen to be born in the state of Connecticut. Everybody else hates them. Everybody else is against them. It's clear. It's definitive. I am cutting this clip and I am sending it to the UConn staff so that everybody on that roster knows.
We've been giving them love the whole show.
Clear, definitive, anti-UConn bias, specifically by that man, John Fanta, right there, who's called 27 UConn games so far this year. He's look at his face.
Yeah, everybody's giving UConn love. Dan needs to be in the. How about if that happens and say that'd be 2 Big East National Coach of the Years in consecutive
in a row with Cooley. Look, UConn is Final Four good. I think that they're the best team in the country right now.